Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation and thank you for coming to listen to our presentation. Today we are going to tell you about some interesting seminars which will take place in Dubrovnik in March 2019 in Dubrovnik, Croatia. And these seminars are based on the very interesting works of Grigori Grabovoi. And today I, Olga Taloshная, and
I, Elena Dagons,
will tell you what interesting things you will hear at these seminars. Elena, please tell what topic have you chosen and would like to present to the students?
Okay, Olga, I will present the course of lectures of initial level and two books by Grigori Grabovoi, Methods of Concentration and Numbers of Stars for Eternal Life. Lectures of initial level include a variety of methods of control by means of numbers, letters, and color. For example, right now you can see on this slide one of the methods of control, method of the cross. Grigori Grabovoi used it to control over the safety of flight by placing the side number of plane in this number system at the left and at the top. You concentrate on the absence of catastrophe in 0 of 9. And the reason of fault, look 4 to the right and lower part in the level of personal tasks, that is by looking through or looking over working problem systems of vehicles on numbers 5, 6, 7, 8. You can write down the dates of events and look the same way. We will consider with the listeners this method of control in details with other interesting technologies. Olga?
It is a very interesting topic. I was looking at your slides and trying to think, to memorize. So wonderful. And why have you chosen exactly this topic? Why do you think that it will be especially useful for the listeners of the seminar?
You know, from my point of view, in general, these methods are so easy. It's easy to implement them when you are on way to work, for example. As for the book Methods of Concentration, it is a very good entry into the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi. It is easily perceived and at the same time it contains the basics of concentration and as if introductory information in many books by Grigori Grabovoi. From this book, you will learn how to concentrate using number series. We'll start working with verbal control texts as well as with plants, stones or crystals, animals, stars, planets, that is, with remote objects. Begin to learn how to make control using parts of your own body. As for the lecture that Grigori Grabovoi called the course of lectures for the initial level, I will repeat that there are simple technologies there, and I think they will be interesting for everybody because of their simplicity and effectiveness. And about the book Numbers of Stars for Eternal Life, I can say that this is my favorite book, and I use the technologies from this book very often. Olga?
As I know, this book, Numbers of Stars for Eternal Life, is not translated into English yet. Can you tell about this book?
Yes, you are right, Olga. It's not translated yet. This book is a wonderful and exciting journey through distant constellations and galaxies, and at the same time, a journey inside yourself for restoring your health, your relationships, and life events. I will show you the next slide. For example, right now you can see on the next slide the explanation how to work with the star constellation on the example of Sagittarius. Human eternal life is achieved through concentrations on the areas of interaction of the light of stars and the soul. These interaction areas are represented in the form of number sequences. This is how you can work with a numerical sequence, perceive using spiritual vision, or imagine that the sequence, starting near the body, is set out on a silvery white line which is curved at the distal and away from the body. The sequence finishes at the end of this line, and using the last number, merge it with the light of the star. The last number of the sequence acquires the property of infinity. Through this last number in the sequence, you connect yourself with eternity, more specifically, the eternal life of yourself, everyone, and every living thing. It was the quotation from the book. We will consider with the listeners the ways of work with such constellations as, for example, Ursa Major, Lizard, Eridanus, and many others. Olga?
Thank you, Elena. Great, great. And this is the benefit of coming to seminars of different teachers. We all study the works of Grigori Grabovoi for many years, and it is really not possible to study all the works so thoroughly.
You are right.
Therefore, Elena can present one thing better, another teacher can present another seminar better. So, and Elena, please tell what for and for whom the received knowledge may be useful and can be used in the future.
Olga, mastering the new methods of control and using them in your everyday life, you develop your consciousness. With a developed consciousness, you will be able to easily control your life events, improve your health. Moreover, these control technologies are so simple that you will be able to use some of them on the way to work, for example, in transport. I'm saying this from my own experience. I hope that they will be useful for everybody. Olga?
Yes, I agree with you. These exercises are very useful and they make our life easier, happier, more joyful because we can achieve those events about which we dream. Actually, our dreams can come true exactly through the usage of the methods of Grigori Grabovoi. And on this slide, you can see the address through which you can get more information about the coming seminars and register at the coming seminars. Welcome to study these wonderful methods, these wonderful technologies. And Elena, thank you very much. It was really interesting to listen to the methods you are going to explain in Dubrovnik.
Thank you to Olga, and thank you to all our listeners for your attention.